First thing is why we are talking about security and compliance today. You all know data security is a huge industry, and most of the traditional IT companies who've been doing support, they are slowly expanding into security and compliance area. We were at the AWS conference, last year, and most of the companies, more than 60% of the exhibitors over there, talking about security and compliance and how they can help their customers in terms of security and compliance. So for the next 5-10 years or so, most of the the platform, IT platform, is all going to migrate to cloud, and then the more customers are going to be looking at the security and compliance aspect of what the professionals can provide, right? So, and apart from that, like hacking is a big industry per se, and there are weak processes in your area, weak technology, unpatched systems and stuff, of course untrained staff, so they are creating a big industry here. And then so that's why we're talking about that. And then of course most of you must be very familiar with GDPR now. If you are not, definitely it's time for you to read a little bit about GDPR and the California Consumer Privacy Act. Those two seems to be coming after pretty much all companies, although they have some minimum requirements, but everybody is talking about, most of our customer base is talking about GDPR and CCPA now. And New York cybersecurity regulation has been there for a while. Still, some of the requirements like pen test and other things are mandatory for the companies who need to comply with the New York cybersecurity law. And of course, at the federal level, they are looking at several privacy laws and consolidating everything together. And then they are probably going to be rolling out some privacy requirements as well for the companies who are managing sensitive data. And now the big organizations are becoming very, very particular about doing third-party assessments of their vendors, specifically with respect to some of the recent hacks, including Home Depot, Target, and stuff. So they are making sure they are doing their due diligence in order to minimize their risk. So third-party assessments are becoming very popular as well. And then, of course, as I mentioned in the very beginning, shrinking IT on-site presence, migrating all the data to cloud, and scalable and subscription model is creating a lot of opportunity for security and compliance space. And lastly, the ransomware, the note I have here is ransomware is growing like crazy. I think like if you are keeping up with some of the news outlets, so it looks like most of the government agencies are getting attacked by ransomware. And unless like you pay them the Bitcoin or other ransom, obviously your data is all with the hacker. So that's a big deal also in the industry now. And why are we talking about a platform-based approach for compliance and security? So the reason is most if you basically even look at some huge organizations, they are all managing right now. Most of these programs is like using a one-off spreadsheet. There is no centralized control around what kind of data we are managing, and what kind of compliance an organization need to comply with, and then what kind of gaps that have been identified, and whether like all these things are being tracked, ownership, and accountability and all those sort of things. That is really lacking in the industry now. Although there are like one-off solutions available in the market, there is a big gap in the industry now. And then also a lot of the solutions that are available now, either they are with like players like IBM, Dell, or like some of the cloud-based system or the solutions are right now not available. And then also there are a lot of structural issues with respect to some of these requirements, whether a particular organization need to comply with GDPR or CCPA, and if yes, then like to what extent they need to comply, and what sort of certifications, audit, third-party audits, and other things are required. And think there seems to be a lot of gap in the industry now with respect to what is really required for a given company to comply with and stuff. So those are like creating a lot of opportunities for partners like you who are on the call. And then if you are not already thinking about it, definitely this is the right time for you to enter into the market and then be able to capture some of this growing trends and stuff, right? So as Data Brackets, as TJ was mentioning, we provide pretty much, we are like a huge compliance shop, and we can pretty much help you with any kind of compliance requirement, starting from HIPAA High-Tech all the way to OSHA and any of the SOC certification.
For more information, click on the link below or visit databrackets.com.